And hello, welcome to Shay Band's bass videos. I changed the name last video. I said it was gonna be Fast Fingers bass lessons or something, but it's just gonna be Shay Band's bass videos. Um, just here to teach bass. Here's my first real, I guess, educational video. Like I said, my setup isn't very high tech, so um, I'm just going with the flow here. Today we're gonna be talking about you know, bass controversies. Um, and what type of bass, if you're buying a bass, what should you get? Um, First off, let's talk about buying a bass. If you're really interested in playing bass, and I mean 100% sure, and how do you know if you're sure? If that's what you're listening to, that's what you like feeling. Bass isn't like the drums and isn't like the guitar. It's more like a guitar, but it's more like drums. It's a percussive instrument, meaning it's like drums, but it's a guitar. It's more of a beat instrument. And there's lots of soul in drums, or in bass. There's less soul in drums, but it matters who's playing. Um, Bass is more of I don't know, I could say sexy instrument. To me, I think. I think it lays down the groove, it lays down the thick layer of, undertone that, the band needs to really, really sound good. And in the end, it's just matter to your preference. Some people, if you really, really like being in the front and getting all the attention, maybe you should play guitar. But if you are cool with, you know, being in the background, putting down the thick layer of a groove, then, maybe you're a bassist. But basses get their time to shine. There's plenty of basses that totally, steal the stage. But we're not going to get into that until another video. Now, buying your first bass. The first bass I got, I'm actually going to tell you a story of how I got my first bass. My dad's a musician, and he brought me to a store, and he says, get whatever you want. And I was like, okay. So I walked around. He's a guitarist, so I didn't want to play guitar. I didn't want to be exactly like him. And I looked at the drums, and I was walking towards the drum set. He used to buy me bongos and everything because I think he wanted me to be a drummer. And I walked towards the drum section, and then I see this, really nice looking Fender jazz bass. And it just caught my eye, and I went, whoa, what is that? And I walked over, and I just, plugged it in, and I was playing it. And I wasn't playing that well, I was young. I've never even, picked up a bass before. I didn't even know what it was. Dad explained to me, is this a good instrument? Is this what you want to play? And I went, yeah, this is what I'm feeling. And I like the low end of it. I like the thickness of the strings. If you can't see, I'm a big guy. So, I mean, I thought bass was, like the big guy's guitar back then. So we got my Fender starter kit, which comes with, cables, headphones, an amp, a guitar. It's a Fender Precision. Actually, it's a Squier. So it's a Squier thing, and the amp that they gave me, I love the sound on it, and the bass still sounds good. So that was a good buy for me. But it was really what you're interested in playing. I'm very, very into funk and rock and metal. So really into a very sharp, edgy sound. Um, so that was the bass. But it just matters on your preference. I do play a six string, like I said in the last video, I think. Um, just because I like the extra frequency. If you're a first time, bassist, I wouldn't get a six string. That's a lot of bass for someone who's new, and I think that the low B and the high C string would be confusing. So, if you're getting a bass, just go with a quality instrument. Don't go with, you know, how it looks. Just go by how it sounds and what you're interested in playing in. So that's what I can tell you about buying a bass. It's really up to you. You can look at some of the basses pros have gotten, the brand, but I wouldn't recommend buying like a signature bass. Like I know Nikki Sixx or whatever his name is has a signature bass. It looks cool, but I think that's kind of pointless. I always think of making a bass yours, not buying someone else's. But I mean, if you want to get a custom, that's or a the reproduction, that's fine. Now on to bass controversy. Um, there's a few, I don't think controversial, but very back and forth things that you think about when you're a bassist. And one of them is fingers versus a pick. And if um, you've never seen a pick before, it looks like that. It's just play it and you strum the strings. It's pretty good. I use it sometimes, but I am mostly a finger player. And in some upcoming videos, we will be talking about finger exercises and way to bring up finger strength. So, I'm personally a finger player. I like being able to control what it sounds like and how it sounds. And that's what I enjoy. But some people like that sharpness. So they play primarily with a pick. That's fine. It matters on the sound. You're not a worse bassist for playing with a pick. I think playing with a pick is a little bit easier, but it has its takebacks from playing with your fingers. Fingers, you have to build up strength. Picking, you have to build up style, and you have to build up technique. So that's why a pick is different. There's more, I think, grooviness to fingers, but that's personally me. Lots of people can groove. Some of the best bass players that have ever, play with a pick. One example, Paul McCartney of the Beatles. He plays with the pick. If you don't think he's a good bassist, then I don't know what I'm going to do with you, but I'll figure it out. And one of the best finger players in the business today is Flea. He's a golden bass god, and we will be talking about that in another video because you need to know this stuff. So it's a matter of preference. Finger, pick, who cares? Our next thing is just musicianship. If you just want to play bass because you just want to play an instrument, that's fine. But I'm more of a person that wants to do this as a career. So it's practice makes perfect. And if you're not going to practice, then, it's kind of, you're not going to get better. And that's very important. This isn't really a controversy. This is just something I really needed to get out there, is that if you don't practice, you're not going to get stuff done. And that's it. What's the important thing is getting better at your instrument and playing every day. So I only have a few minutes left. I'm going to make this video 10 minutes. So subscribe, like, send your videos. This is just, going over some bass stuff. I hope that you have fun. I'm Shay Bannon with Shay Bannon's Bass Videos. I hope you have a great day. Peace.